baby. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking.
This is gonna suck. This is about to suck.
Let's see if he's got what it takes to back it in first try. Oof. Oof. Oof.
I give up.
Where are you going? Where are you trying to go?
Bro, I was whipping that thing back and forth.
I'm over here like, how many times is it going to take him? I'm like, oh God, this ain't going good.
Going back and forth. And you know what? So, just like me backing up, this is not going to go well. I'm accepting my defeat. I'm finally giving up after 5 years of trying to build a car and document it like a start to finish build on YouTube. Thrown in the towel. I've lost so much money. I've spent so much money, and I'm giving up. And I hate to say I'm a quitter, but does this make me a quitter? I mean, we've built other stuff.
Nah, you'll build more.
I think the issue is I kept trying to use the same parts.
Dude, I said that.
Dude, I swear to you, I kept trying to use the same parts. Started off as a great idea, bought all these parts.
Parts cursed.
And then the parts were cursed, and I had a build die, then I had carried over those parts onto the second build. That build died, got rid of that, carried it over to a third build, and it's just...
Third time was not the charm.
Third time was definitely not the charm. So, you guys know the Glizzard. Got it as a... this is it right now. This is it. So, got the Glizzard as a roller. For what I was looking to do, wanted to make it a little bit nicer, make it a little bit safer, do some upgrades. I'll be completely transparent. I don't talk smack, and I don't like slander anyone's name, but I will be transparent. Took it over to Junior Bissett Performance. You guys saw he did work on this car. He was working on the Colorado, and then I pulled the Colorado out, and I got this one back. Was very unhappy with the work that was done to this. Paid him a bushel of thousands of dollars to do work on this, and not happy with the work I got, and it wasn't complete, and it was just like finally I just had to go and pick it up, and it was gonna be like, oh, it'll be done next week, oh, it'll be done next week, oh, it'll be done next week. And that's like the joke in like the chassis industry, is like you go to chassis jail, but this thing was in serious chassis jail. So I picked it up. At that time, I brought the Colorado back to get more work done, like in that year and a half that this car, year and 2 months that this Mustang sat there. Had the Colorado back, worked on it, got some more parts, did the turbo kit, a bunch of stuff on my end, brought it back there, gave him $6,000 cash to do more work to the Colorado. When I saw what was happening to this, I went and got this back, went and picked up the Colorado. I got $3,000 back, and was trying to get the other $3,000, and then I got $2,200 of that additional $3,000 back, and the last $800, I guess, just went off into Never Ever Land. So I got smoked on that deal. I paid $3,500 for the work on this, and it was so bad that I took it down to Cameron Johnson's shop, and I was like, listen, we need to fix this and make it safe. I want to have someone else riding it. When Cameron got to digging into this, like, he would cut. It was supposed to have like Zeus in floors. The floors were welded in. They were hiding some stuff. So a number of the bars weren't notched. So you have like a round bar and then a flat, like it's like this, right? So you see where the gap would be, and they would just MIG weld all around it. And I have pictures. I'm not being slanderous. I would hate to refer someone to somewhere and then they have the same experience I have. It's bad. And like, well, John told me to. That's like telling your boss to hire this person and they do a shitty job. Your boss is going to look at you and be like, why'd you refer him? That's kind of where I'm coming from. So when we took it down to Cameron's shop, we ended up having to cut out a bunch of shit because it was just like trashed. Like there was just shit everywhere. So started off with a 25.5 car. By the time everything got added at Business Performance and then cut out down at CJ Race Cars. It was all messed up. We had like a bear cage, just like, not a bear cage like that a bear would live in, but a bare naked cage. And so all of the money that I set aside to finish the car went to just fixing the shit that got messed up prior. So when I got the car, I had like a budget in mind of how much I was willing to spend because I know what a car like this would be worth. And I'm like, well, there's no point. I got the car in a really smoking deal, sold some parts off it, so I was about in like nothing with just the chassis by the time it went to junior shop, and then spent $3,500 there, and then it took it down to Cameron's shop. So that $3,500, you pretty much have to double it because you have to pay someone to cut all that shit out. So it cuts like $7,000 that literally is just burnt. So then I had it down at Cameron's, get some stuff done, and by the time we were at where we are now, from a business financial standpoint, the best thing to do is just stop. Just throw in the towel and stop, because it's one of those deals where you end up having, you'll have if you just look at it as a bare roller, just the chassis, you'll have a $10,000 chassis, you'll have $40,000 in. Why? If I'm going to spend $40,000, I'll just buy a roller that already has all the stuff done. So yeah, that's what's been going on behind the scenes. Again, not being slanderous by any means. Everything I said was 100% factual, and I got receipts to back it up. I'm not trying to see, I don't want to see anyone do bad. I want to see everyone do well. But saying that, they have to do well to do well. Like, you can't perform shitty and expect to do well, and you can't perform shitty and expect to be praised for it. It's just, in full transparency, you do a shitty job, these are the results. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So this is what we got. We'll just take a quick breathe in the trailer, and then we'll push the car out. My plan for this right now is I think I'm going to part it out. I'm going to take a number of these parts and put them on the bad apple, but some stuff like the rear end, I am going to part out. The seats, obviously, they don't go anywhere because I love my Race Tech seats. I'm not getting rid of those. Those will go in. And I apologize to, like, this is what really bothers me. The companies that I work with, I pretty much, I get some stuff on sponsorship or it's a partnership in that sense. So I've found out doing these builds, outsourcing them is not beneficial to do any partnerships with because it never goes the way it's planned. So we'll use like Race Tech as an example. Let's say Race Tech gives me a seat to put in this car, and we're going to do this build, and it's, we're going to have it at these events, and we're going to use it for promotion, and we're going to use it to get their product out there. Well, it's great. Well, they put their faith in me to talk about the seats. I try to do my best to talk about them even before I'm using them. Like, before I had a Race Tech seat in a car I was driving, I was speaking highly of them because I knew it was a very good product. Thankfully, now I have a car that I race as a Race Tech seat in, and I absolutely love it. But they want to see it in this car. I want it in this car. I want this to go out there and be giving ride-alongs and make amazing content, and it's unfortunately it's like a trickle-down effect. I get smoked on this deal, they get smoked on it too because they wanted to see the promotion come out of this, and it puts me in a really bad spot because I don't want to let anyone down. I'll go above and beyond to do anything to take care of the people that take care of me and take care of the companies that take care of me, because it's an amazing relationship and I'm super fortunate to have those. But when stuff like this happens, you just kind of have to sit back and you're like, damn, I have to reevaluate. Like, for example, I had a great deal with TurboSmart, still do. I run all the TurboSmart stuff. I love their product. They came on board with the Colorado build. That build went downhill quick when the suspension geometry and the front end stuff and the chassis work on there wasn't really up to par, and it was going to be more than I can handle, so I got rid of it, built the turbo kit, kept all. I don't ever sell sponsor or partnership parts. Sometimes all it is free shipping too. I don't want everyone to think I get parts for free. I pay for, what percentage of parts do you say I pay
free
for?
shipping can be major sometimes.
Yeah, but what percentage of parts do you think I pay for opposed to get for free?
95%.
Yeah, it's a small, but the ones that do, I really appreciate it. So I don't want anyone to think I'm just getting parts for free. I'm out here spending my money to build these cars. But like TurboSmart, they came on board. They were awesome to deal with, and that's like a very prestigious company in my eyes to work with. So when that build fell out, it was a bummer on their end because they wanted to see it. But what I did was I repurposed the parts. We put them on another car. They're going on the Bad Apple. They got some stuff on Slick Rick. They got some stuff on the Black Sheep. And I still want to get that promotional value out there, because if you look at it from a business standpoint, this is my job. My job is to build race cars, make content, educate people, talk about products that are badass that I use, that you guys should use. So it just sucks. Really bummed out for all the companies on this build, but don't worry, we're going to repurpose all of this stuff and get it out there. I'm super stoked to have, you know, the Race Tech seats in the other cars. I love them. I highly recommend them. And you know, I think like on this build, that was pretty much it. Everything else I was just kind of doing myself. And as I've gone further along in this journey, I guess I just tend to do more by myself. I don't want to like ask if I call up a company and I go to order something. This is usually how it goes. They're like, "Oh, hey, do you want to do a partnership?" And I'm like, "Sure," but I'm not calling people saying, "Hey, sponsor me." I don't know. I feel like it's not overrated. I feel like it is. I feel like a lot of people do it, and I don't want to be in that category. But like, I talked some smack to my guys over at RaceTech, and they came on board, and that's been absolutely one of the best partnerships we've ever had. So can't speak highly enough about RaceTech. The quality of their seats, they got the simulators, the belts. I run their belts now and everything. They sent me a 6-point harness, and I talked about it, and I like kind of like put it on when I'm standing up, and I'm like, dude, I'll never run this. And then I put it in the car, and I'm like, this is the only harness I will run for the rest of my life. Super comfortable. Really takes care of the boys, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I mean, as you can see here, the seats are in the car, not mounted. Had to cut a lot of stuff out. When I got the car back, it had a double frame rail on it, and all the double frame rail stuff was junk. And all of the everything at the firewall, everything wasn't notched, just MIG welded together. So when you talk about, you know, a very structural part of the car, you want that to be very sound, and that was not sound.
Notched bars.
Yeah, imagine this if it was just a flat. So
yeah,
you can see the bars that CJ race cars put in, and I mean, look at the welds too. Like
yeah,
they're done very nice. So it's just, I will tell you this: if you have a car, it's not worth it to go and get stuff cut out and put other stuff back in. It's just, you're better off just to sell it and start over, because when you get to cutting stuff out and put other stuff back in, it does not work. So sucks, but what do you do? What is that, Tim? Alright, well here we are. Got the car out. As you can see, it's definitely a work in progress. It's not really too far, but it's further than I would like to have to do, which I think is, I'd like to think is understandable. So it's got really nice stuff now. Look at this K member.
Yeah, it is.
Control arms, TBM brakes, 17-inch Rustic wheels. Mentor front struts. Got a nice, I mean, the fitment on it's pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah. Alright, win some, you lose some. I've been losing a lot of them, though. Oh, brother. This stinks. But, oh well. I mean, do we cover everything in this video? I mean, what else should we cover? Definitely, the next one, just gonna buy a roller like we did with Slick Rick. Yeah, like if it's gonna be something we're gonna put a Hemi in, I'm gonna get a roller that had a Hemi in it before, so everything's all set. So then you just put your power plant in there. Especially being a blower, a lot less fab work than a turbo. So if I find a car that's 4-link, like 25.2 or 25.1. 6.0 cert, what I'm really looking for, just like Slick Rick, that had a Hemi in it before, that'd be the ticket. Even if it had a Hemi and a blower in it before, that would be even more of the ticket. So that's what I'm looking for. But I'm definitely not pressed for time. I'm not like scrambling around trying to find something right now. It's just on the back burner. Someone tags me in something on Facebook, I look at it, if it's not exactly what I'm looking for, I won't get it. If it takes me a year to find a roller, it takes me a year to find a roller. So I'm over just straight up building them at this point. I mean, like, I like the Bad Apple, you know, is a perfect example. I mean, it's just, so now we're gonna put our focus on the Bad Apple, where it's, you know, a 25.5 roller. It's got the motor in it, needs the turbo kit done, needs to have the rear end narrowed, just like some little odds and ends stuff. And you know, we're gonna take a lot of the parts off here and put them on there, and then I think we should be good. Take the wheels and tires, stick them on there, lower control arms. I think it's got the same K member. Yeah, it does have the same K member. So, yeah, I think put the Race Tech seat in there. You know, all that fun stuff.
Looks like it has a pretty big driver containment.
It does. It's got a very large funny car. I already fit it for a Race Tech seat, so the Race Tech fits in there, no problem.
Oh yeah, we did have one in at the old shop.
Yeah,
I forgot about
yeah.
that.
So we'll delete one project. And my thing too is I'm also trying to downsize. Like we got a giveaway on the Colorado coming up. I think like later this week it's going to kick off. I'll let you guys know when that happens. So the Colorado's going to go. I got my 97 Cobra out there. That'll probably go at some point. The Calmero, not going to go. I know, oh, you're going to give it away. No, we're not going to give the Calmero away. Hank, though? Hank? Hank? We won't give away Hank.
We don't have anything to replace it. If we had something to replace it, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if I just work on the cows more, then the cow replaces Hank. We're going to call this video The Death of the Glizzard. I've had some good names that died. The Salty Chicken, the Raw Dog, and now the Glizzard. Like, I'm running out of good names to go with these cars. What do we get? What's the name for the next one? Just off rip. Just give me one. Right off the top of the dome. We'll wait on that. You guys can comment down below. But don't blow me up too much about the parts. I'm gonna get all the parts together. Get a parts list together. First come, first serve. Selling it. Prefer not to ship. Local pickup is ideal. Local pickup takes precedence over shipping. So like, I'll actually we're not gonna go into all that. But thank you so much for watching.
I'll drive like an hour around.
You
deliver if need be.
You will?
Yeah.
Oh, what a guy, dude. What a guy.
Free delivery up to an hour.
Damn.
That's it.
They got to cover your fuel. When you show up there, they got to fill your tank.
No, that's cool. We'll figure that out.
All right, guys. Let's wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next upload.